Hi, Kevin Yoder with Yoder Real Estate, powered by eXp Realty, back again for another quick video. This time I'm going to drill down some very specific strategies for you. Now, I've talked about how to win in a bidding war before, and that was a lot of the mindset for the buyer. Now, if you're getting ready to purchase a home and you're a first-time home buyer, or maybe you're making a lateral move, if you haven't moved in a while and you're facing this seller's market, I'm going to give you 3 tips for how you can win in a multiple offer situation. Now, these are tactical and practical, and this is exactly what's going on right now in this marketplace. Now, how do I know what allows a buyer to win in a multiple offer situation? I'm also a listing agent, so I receive offers and then I track those results with spreadsheets so that I can deliver to my sellers the best price, the best terms, the best situation for them. That gives me insights, deep insight into what it takes to actually win versus, frankly, what it takes to lose. Okay, so today I'm going to give you those 3 winning strategies. There are more. In fact, there's multiple. If you want to know more about that, of course, connect with us. But I'm here to give you these 3. Now, pay close attention. Wait till the end, and that way you get all of them. Get a pen and paper handy. If you're getting ready to go out and buy a home right now in this market, do these things. And then, of course, there's many more, but these are the 3 critical. Okay, number 1. Now, this one may seem counterintuitive, and it may not be something that you've been informed to do before. There's something called an earnest money deposit. Sometimes it's called a good faith deposit. Essentially, it's a pre-down payment, and it's commonly misconceived. People don't understand what it's for, why we should do it, or why it's a good idea to put a big EMD. We call them EMD, earnest money deposit. So here's the strategy. Go big with your earnest money deposit. It's actually a part of your down payment. If your down payment is, say, 10% of your purchase price, and let's say it represents about $30 or maybe $40 or $50,000, realize that that earnest money deposit is, your down payment is sitting in your bank account, ready for the closing in 30 days. Most agents misguide their buyers, or the buyer have their own preconceived idea about how much that earnest money deposit should be. So they will put down, let's say, $1,000 or maybe $500. We've seen that. Or maybe even $2,000. Knowing that that money simply just slides over from the buyer's bank account over to the escrow company or the title company while it waits for the closing, that should be a good enough reason to have you do that up front. Why is that important? Because if you have a big earnest money deposit, you are showing that seller that you are absolutely serious, and you're more serious than the other buyers that put down a measly $1,500 or $500 or whatever else that could be, or even $5,000, right? So go big with your earnest money deposit. You get it back if inspections don't go well after all, right? Okay, number 2, timing. 2 pieces of timing. Flexible closing date. If it doesn't really matter to you as the home buyer, if you're good where you are in your apartment, or maybe you're living in a situation with mom and dad and you have all the time in the world, giving the seller, so it's not always about price, although I'm going to cover that in a minute. Price is a big part of it, but a lot of times for sellers, they're trying to navigate from home A to home B, and timing is a critical piece of that. So if it doesn't really mean much to you, giving that seller flexibility will go a long way. So what does that look like? Go ahead and let them choose a closing window. So say buyer will close anytime between this date and this date, thereby giving the seller some flexibility and a lot of relief stress. Same goes with post-closing occupancy. We call it an occupancy period, or post-closing move-in date or possession date. If you can stay where you are for a period of time and it doesn't really cause you any financial strain or other strain, then giving the seller, say, 30 days or 60 days after the closing, if they need it, then that would be a really good idea. Of course, it's up to your agent to talk to the listing agent to find out, is this something that's important to the seller? Okay? And this brings me to number 3. And it's no surprise I'm going to mention this, but at the end of the day, the seller is going to look at offers with higher prices most of the time. And when I say most of the time, because sometimes it's a price that is not going to appraise anyway, so the seller would be not inclined to look at it. But money speaks, right? Money talks, and you know what? Walks. So here's my advice for this one. Pay as much as you can. Pay as much as you can and really understand the numbers. This will help guide you. And know that it doesn't cost you that much more per month. This is the key here, and this is why you really have to know your numbers. For every $1,000 that you finance, it's about $3. It's about $3 on the payment. So if you go up, $10,000, see, the typical buyer might think that that's going to be expensive. $3 for every 1,000, that's $30 a month. See that? So what if you went up $30,000 over what you thought you might want to initially? That's $90 a month. You see that? I have not yet met a buyer that would want their dream home to slip through their fingers over $90. Keep going with this, and you'll see that it is far more affordable because interest rates are so low right now. So those are 3 strategies that I'm going to give you. If you want to go deeper on how to win in multiple offers, this is something that we're doing every day for our buyers at Yoder Real Estate. We're getting them the keys at the closing table. We're getting them in the home, where other buyers, unfortunately, are standing on the sidelines with regret because they don't have the right strategies. We're here to help you win in this market, and give us a call if you'd like to know how to put these strategies into action today. I'm Kevin Yoder with Yoder Real Estate, and we are here to help you with this market, that market, any kind of market, and we look forward to connecting with you soon. You can find us online at yoderrealestate.com.